Keep going. Keep going. Kia ora, hello, welcome, thank you for joining me. On this episode, we're down in Albany. We're on the hunt for kahawai, or Australian salmon, and I'm going to be showing you how I make my kahawai ikamatau. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's so good. It was an early morning start for our family, so we packed up the truck and headed to a spot called Nanarup Beach. And I just want to take the chance to thank a follower of mine on Instagram. Actually messaged me and told me about this amazing spot, and it didn't disappoint, so thank you very much if you're watching. When we got there, we put the drone up and there was a massive school of them, and Mike was first on the board. Reeling in a beauty of a kahawai. It was super fat. When I was gutting him, I looked in his stomach contents and he just had a massive belly full of pilchards, so they've been eating really well down here. That's my hand, and this guy is just humongous. What we found inside the kahawai's tummy, or puku. No wonder they're so fat. By the time we had 2 fish, it was time to head home, because 2 of them were plenty enough to feed our family of 6 for the next few days. This was such an epic morning, and it's my favourite way to spend time as a family, doing what we love in the outdoors. Thank you for joining me today. I've got two stunning kahawai here that we caught yesterday. I can't get over the size, like the girth of these things. They are enormous. So the best way to prepare your fish, especially if you're going to be eating it raw, you want to bleed it, gill it and gut it straight away as soon as you catch it on the beach. So my way, how I usually do it, I eke the heads, and then I will remove the gills and the guts all at the same time, and then it goes straight into ice, and that'll keep your meat in the best possible condition, best possible eating condition anyway. Now it's time to go on and fillet our fish. We want to get rid of all the bones and that bloodline that runs along the fillet. Kahawai are such a versatile fish. There's many ways you can have them. Really popular smoked. You can have them in curries, but my favourite is raw, and they're best eaten fresh. They don't go well frozen. So now our fillets are all cleaned up, they've got the bones removed, we've got the bloodline cut away, and we're just dicing them into small bite-sized pieces. Into the bowl with our fish, I'm adding 2 diced spring onions. And I've got half a cucumber that I've diced up here. You can add more or less. This is completely personal preference. Diced tomato. I also like adding red capsicum to my ikamatau, but they're not in season at the moment. And also red chilli, but my kids are eating it, so I'm leaving it out. Okay, so that's all we're putting in there. We've got the spring onions, the cucumber, the tomato for a bit of colour. We're going to use our coconut cream now. Give that a good shake. I'm going to pour this over. Now, coconut cream or milk matters, the brand matters. Cara is my personal favourite, but you can't really find it over here in Australia. So I've got the AM brand, which I find pretty good. Pour that over. I'm not going to use the whole can, just a little bit at this stage, like half a can maybe. I'm just going to add a little bit more coconut milk there. Half a lemon. You see my lovely scratches from pulling the gills out of the kahawai yesterday. So just a squeeze of lemon juice over the top. Give that a wee mix in. And I want to try this. Let's give it a wee try. Oh, it's so good. I'm not even over exaggerating. It's so simple. There's like 6 ingredients in here. And it's just so tasty. And the texture of the kahawai, it's soft. There's still a little bit of a bite to it, so it's not mushy at all. You're really missing out if you haven't tried kahawai raw. This is just stunning. So that's all made now. We're gonna cook our rice paper up for that little crunchy aspect. Our oil is hot enough now, and I'm just grabbing one of our rice papers. So that's what they look like. Now you can either grab some scissors and just cut them into little bite-sized pieces, but I don't have scissors today, so we're just gonna put them in whole and then break them up afterwards. These take literally like a couple of seconds to cook. So carefully put them down there. And then I flip it over. Wait for it all to fully cook through. And that's it. That is our crispy rice paper, what would you call them, carriers for the ikamatau? I don't know. Call them what you like. I'm just going to put them down on here. And while the oil's still hot, I've just got this sushi rice seasoning here. It's just a mix of seaweed and sesame seeds. And I'm just going to just sprinkle some down on the top so it's not fully plain. Now what I'm cooking on here, it's called a cob grill, and they come in 2 different types. There's charcoal and there's gas models, and I'm using the gas model here. And it's just such a versatile cooker. I take it everywhere with us, camping, fishing. It can go on the boat, on the bake board. And you can bake, you can roast with it, you can make pizzas, you can grill on it and fry as well. So I'm using the wok accessory here to fry with. But if you want to learn more about them, I'll put the link to the website in the description below. Any questions, feel free to fire them my way. I'm just breaking our crispy rice paper up into 4, and to finish I like a little drizzle of chili oil or crispy chili oil. This is completely personal preference and totally optional. And that's it. This is our Kahawai ikamatau, fresh from the sea yesterday, and our seasoned crispy rice chips. Can't get more simple than that. Grab a chip. Load it up. It's gonna be a good mouthful. And that wraps up today's episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Kyla's Wild Kai Kitchen.